Yeah, Coach, no Cuevas on Saturday. What did you see from the other tight ends that were able to get in the game?
I thought Jay Lindsey showed up, had a little bit of physicality in the run game. Caleb got kind of extended into some roles and some spots that he hadn't normally been when Josh was around, so that was great to see him try to navigate that a little bit. Had a nice catch on the sideline there from Key. And really it was kind of focusing on those two guys and see what their ability was going to be in the game.
Staying on the right side, go to Nick.
How was the sideline, and do you expect to be back there?
It was great. And, that was something I've been thinking about, honestly, since the beginning of the year. And the last few weeks, it's kind of been adding up on me a little bit. And I just felt like I could make a difference, honestly. Some of it was for me, selfishly, to make sure that my communication with the coaches and players is where I want it to be. So I feel good about the plays that I'm calling in the next series. But even just being down there with Ty and Keelan and Austin was great. Obviously, think the world of Nick and trust him. He does a just fantastic job with those guys on the sideline. But for me, just being right there in the thick of it and being able to make the adjustments I want to make felt really good. So it was great being down there.
Go to Chase on the far left side.
Yeah, wanted to ask you about Tai Simpson's play this past Saturday. Had a couple balls. I'm sure he won it back. What did you think about his performance, and how did he come away from it thinking?
Yeah, I think he had one that he wanted back. Obviously the interception at the end of the half shows the kind of player Ty is. He's selfless. Ask him to put the ball up in a 50-50 situation. A guy that's worried about stats wouldn't have done that for the team. So don't worry about that one. The layered ball and the two throw, he just needed just a little bit more air on, honestly. He just underestimated how deep that guy was, and Ty makes that throw as good as anybody in the country. So certainly knows, he could either wait it to the next window or layer that. But I thought he had good command early in the series, had a good couple run checks, had box counts where we needed it to be. So I was happy with where he's at, and he did a great job, honestly, supporting Austin and Keelan after he was out.
I should have been more clear. I wasn't talking about that.
Okay. I was make sure. I want to give a shout to my guy, make sure everybody knew.
He threw a ball with about a minute left in the first half over the middle that almost got it.
Yeah, he had one to Lottie in the middle. That's correct. He had a sideline throw available there to Ryan that he could have made. A little bit of miscommunication between him and Lots here. So he definitely didn't want to force that one on the inside. You're correct.
Go to Katie, second row on the left.
Back during Tennessee week, you said you're still kind of learning about the rivalries and things around here. So what have you learned now heading into Auburn this week?
Iron Bowl's everything. You got to win. And there's, end of the season, rivalry week, you're just thankful to be at a place that has something that means so much to the state and, to the program. So certainly with our players and the people around the program, nobody's taking it for granted. And just excited to be part of it, and get in the thick of it with the guys. So they know what it's all about.
Jump over to Colin.
Back to the sideline kind of question. When was the last time that you were on a sideline regularly, and kind of what did that conversation look like preseason to be like, I want to be in the booth compared to?
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it. I did a few times at Fresno. Some of it has to do with, comfort level with two parts. Number one, the people that you have in the box as far as your eyes in the sky, and then also where you're at with the guys on the sideline. And so I tend to focus more on the positive part, meaning the guys that are in the box for us. Tyler Hughes and Mitch Dowling are as good as it gets. Those guys both have been in our system and with me for a number of years. So whatever information I need to collect that I don't think I have a good enough vantage point on, I know I'm going to get accurate information from those guys. So I had a lot of confidence with that, and I felt like just, again, the collaboration on the field, the in-game adjustments can happen quicker for me and the rest of the guys.
Go to Emily Grace, right in the middle of the room there.
Coach, after having a chance to watch the film from Saturday, what are you wanting to build on this week in practice, and what are some focal points for the team as they face Auburn's defense on Saturday?
Well, obviously we're happy to be able to put the ball in the end zone, running the football. The guys did a good job with that even late in the game, and I know, level of opponent and all those things, but, I've been in those games where you're playing games like that and you really struggle to even, get consistent 4 and 5 yard hits. So I thought the guys did a great job. I think Kalen said we played 80-some guys, and so to be able to operate at the end where we had some clean run hits at the end of the game were awesome. And then moving forward again, I think Auburn's a great defense, and our opportunity to continue to build on eliminating negative yardage runs, which we got 2 weeks in a row with none right now, and that's something from the communication standpoint we want to continue to build on. And we didn't really put the ball down the field as much this last week as we normally do, so making sure we can balance that out between the play action game and the run game.
All right, last question will be from Joe.
Coach, Eastern Illinois had given up 200-plus rushing yards to 4 other opponents. On Saturday, y'all became the 5th. What did you see out of your running game? How do you feel about it moving forward? And off the wall, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Wow, okay. First one, I would say, again, it really does come down to communication. I know that's a really boring response, but our ability to identify the right people and have the double teams headed to the right people is where it all starts. And you don't want to set the bar so low that it's like, hey, we're not getting negative yardage runs. You want explosive runs as well, but those don't happen until you can, make sure you get the box set the way you want it. And for us, that's where it all begins. And then I think we can continue to build off that, what the guys have done the last couple of weeks. And it's probably not a side dish, but I like pecan pie.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.